Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are here for 90 Day Fiancé Season 7, Episode 10. I know I missed Episode 9, but as you guys know, I was sick, so I wasn't able to keep up with all my videos. But we back, y'all. We back on Episode 10. I did watch Episode 9, but what an episode. What an episode. Y'all know I like to retitle all my videos because they call this episode Things Fall Apart. And I really couldn't figure out what to call this video, y'all. It was so many taglines I was coming up with. First, I was thinking about crazy old chicken lady, Renee. She crazy. Run, Chidi. Run, run, run. But then we started looking at the stuff with Matilda and Niles. And I came up with all kind of knock-knock jokes. Knock-knock, who's there? Not Niles, because he ain't proposing. He is not proposing right now. Then I wanted to call him, what's that game the kids play on the pranks when they ring the doorbell and they dash, knock and dash. And then the best one of all was when Niles was on the hot seat with those parents and those uncles and those sisters and everyone else. And that mama had the best look of all. In fact, I'm dedicating my entire backdrop to that mama's look, because that mama's look when she said, I think he wants to know if we accept that. That's what they translate to her. I think he wants to know if we accept what Niles is doing. And I think this is what the mama was saying.
I cannot accept this.
But we're going to get into it. We're going to really get into it. So let's start off right away. Let's start off talking about Matilda and Niles. They my favorite couple. Y'all remember in the very beginning, I was like, I hope Matilda ain't no witch on a broom. In the very beginning, I was suspicious of Matilda. I didn't know if I could trust her. I didn't know she was going to take advantage of Niles because Niles is on the spectrum. And lo and behold, Matilda done become one of my favorites. I love me some Matilda. And I love me some Matilda and Niles together. I really hope that they make it. But the episode started off with Matilda spraying some cologne on Niles. I don't know if Niles is funky. I don't know if Niles has not been showering. But she was spraying that cologne and perfume on him like it was holy water. She was putting it everywhere, behind the ears, on the neck, on the clothes, on the back, on the arms. I mean, I don't know. I think Matilda might be trying to tell Niles something about, listen, I know it's hot over here in Africa, but that folk ain't got to get that hot. Your folk, Niles, is hot. You need to hop in that shower. You need to hop on that. Maybe it's all the nervousness is making him sweat a lot. And that's what's causing him to get a little bit too funky. Because he's talking about knocking on the door at this knocking ceremony, but then running away. Knocking and dashing. And Matilda said, you better get ready. You better get ready for my family. And she said, before we leave to get ready to go to Kumasi, which is where they got to go to get back to her Fiancé, I think is where her family is from. She said, let us say a prayer real quick. They get hands together. They join together. And they say a prayer because they gonna need a prayer by the time they get to Kumasi. But this was the first time that Matilda's ever been on a plane ride. So she was all nervous about getting on the plane ride because last time, you remember, they drove from Fiancé, took the bus with her brother down to Accra. But that was a long ride. I think it was like an 8-hour drive or something. So now she gets to take a plane ride for the first time. And she snuggles up to her man Niles and says, hold on to me tight because it's my first plane ride. I'm a little bit nervous. And she said, the next time I fly on the plane, it's going to be to the United States of America. Well, get ready, Matilda, because we're going to be getting a new president here pretty soon. It's election day today here in America. And when you get ready to come, who knows who your president might be. Don't forget to vote, everybody. Don't forget to vote. It's easy to vote nowadays. You can just do a little mail-in ballot like I did. You ain't even got to go up to the polls and stand in no lines or nothing. Just do your mail-in ballot. But when you get ready to come to America, Matilda, I hope you make it here. I really do hope you make it to Mobile, Alabama. Isn't that where Niles is, in Mobile, Alabama? Well, I hope they make it, y'all. So when they finally do get to Kumasi, and they have their little night there, they're all ready to go the next day, getting dressed. And Matilda comes through one more time. She goes, okay, I already got you smelling good, told you to take a shower. Now, the next thing I need you to do, Niles, is go get yourself a haircut. Get it, girl. Get it, Matilda. I love me some Matilda. I love me some Matilda. She's doing right by this man. She's like, listen, baby, I got to get you looking fresh. You're going to need to look fresh and neat when you meet my family. So he's like, I don't know where I can get a haircut. She goes, that's okay. I'm going to take care of it. She called down to the front desk. She's like, listen, y'all got a barber in here? They go, yep, we got a barber downstairs. Niles goes down there and gets a fresh cut. He's looking good. That barber hooked him up real good. Not only did he hook him up with a fresh cut and a fresh line, he hooked him up with some good advice. He said, let me tell you something. You going up into this knocking ceremony, talking about you go knock and dash, talking about knock, knock, who's there, not Niles. Listen, you gonna wind up and get a root put on you. Isn't that what they call it, a root? I know they call it a curse over in Accra, but down in Louisiana, don't y'all call it a root? He's like, you about to disgrace this family, and let me tell you, they're gonna put a root on you, a curse on you, that not only lasts here in Accra, Ghana, Kumasi, Ofenso, wherever you are, it's gonna last when you get back to America and throughout your life. You talk about Niles' eyes getting big. Them eyes was big. He was over there having to do the thing he does when he has to, what's that called again? When he got to do it when his autism is flaring up and he's feeling a little nervous. He does this little thing, not the masking, that's another thing, but it's something he does to sort of calm himself down. Woo! He was in full on panic mode. He was in full on panic mode.
I cannot accept this.
But he's ready. He said, that's okay. He's not backing down. He said, Lord, give me courage to do the thing I need to do. When they was back there praying, he asked the Lord to please give him courage. So they get ready to go. They get in the car. They get ready to drive over to meet the parents. And Matilda comes through one more time. Okay, I want to hear what you're going to say. Go through it with me one more time. I love me some Matilda. I love Matilda, how I just love me some Matilda, y'all. And she says, I need to hear it one more time. What are you going to say? Oh, my goodness. You ever have to say that to your husband? Okay, remind me one more time what you're going to tell the kids. Run it by me one more time, because you know what? Sometimes you be going left and you need to go right. Sometimes you go right, you need to go left. Sometimes you up, you down. Run it by me one more time so I can make sure you don't just mess this up.
I cannot accept this.
Matilda said, run it by me one more time. And the first thing he started talking about, well, I never did say I was gonna marry you. That's when that black mama's voice comes out again.
I cannot accept this.
I don't accept that, Niles. I do not accept that. Let's stop lying, Niles. First of all, Niles, let's stop talking about the fact that you never said you was gonna marry this woman. And I don't know what he's getting. I don't know if this is masking. I don't know what this is, but you're taking it too far. And I'm like Matilda, you're not going to do no more lying. Stop all this lying. You're not going to do no more lying. Let's just start from the beginning and let's just tell the truth. The truth is good enough, Niles. The truth will set you free. I told you last time the excuse you should have used was you don't have the bride price. Because that's the truth. You short on money. You should have just said, I don't have the bride price. But this line talking about you never really promised marriage.
I cannot accept this.
Oh, you might say you never promised it, but Matilda was talking about it all the time and you never stopped her. It's the same doggone thing. If I let you go by me and say, here, go on by, it's the same thing as acknowledging I'm cool with it. But anyway, she shut it down a lot. She said, no more lying, saying that you never said that. Let's just not start there. So finally, when he gets to the house, he goes, knock, 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 knock. And the brother or the uncle says, who's there? And Niles says, not me, because I need to postpone this wedding. I I need to postpone this wedding, and he is on the hot seat, and he is sweating, and he doing that little thing right here, rubbing his little cheekbones, whatever he does to calm down. But Matilda is right there with him, holding his hand, coaching him along the way. She understanding and hearing everything her family is saying. She is whispering in his ears because he's like, I don't know what to say next, Matilda. Matilda whispers over in his ear and said, listen, Matilda whispers over into his ear and says, this is what you need to do. He says, well, I want to marry her, but not on this trip. I just came here to get to know her, really get to know her, and we're doing really well. But I came here just to meet her and get to know her, but I'm not prepared to marry yet. But I will do that very, very soon on the next trip. And they said, that's not how our culture works.
I cannot accept this.
And after that, Niles was stuck. He was like, I don't know what to do next. Matilda said, show him the ring. Show him the ring you got me. Show him the ring you got me that says you are going to come back and you're going to marry me. He said, yeah. Matilda, show him the ring. And he's sitting over here thinking about, please, people, please, mama, don't curse me. Do not curse me. I don't need no curses put on me. I don't need no roots put on me. And then they show him the ring. And they said, we are going to come back. They said, okay, you can come back. We'll go with you, but you need to come back within 2 months. He's like, oh, good Lord. 2 months, that's too soon. I can't come back in 2 months. He said, I can't come back in 2 months. I can't come back in 2 months. Matilda, what do I do? What do I do? Matilda says, hang in there. Stay firm. Just tell me you don't know exactly when you're going to come back, but you got me this ring and you're going to come back very, very soon for me. Woo, very, very soon. Let me tell you, everybody needs an African family. We need to bring back some of these African traditions back. We need them over here in the U.S. We need some hard negotiators like they did over there and make these men sweat up in here in the United States. Half these men in the United States even asking for their wise husbands, their wise fathers' approval, or uncles or cousin or nobody. We need some African traditions to come back. Because let me tell you, that mama of Matilda is the MVP of the episode. The MVP. So in the end, they accepted his little deal. They said, okay. I guess in the end, they ain't got no choice to kind of accept it. Because Niles is like, I'm from America. I'm American. And I don't want to disrespect you or anything. But I just can't marry her now. But I don't think that Niles is lying. I think Niles is true. And I really, really do hope that Niles comes back and gets Matilda. I do, y'all. This will make my day if Niles returns and gets. In fact, TLC 90 Day Fiancé, we want you to pay for the wedding, and we want you to film the entire wedding, and we want you to pay for it. We want you to pay for the bride price. We want you to pay for the wedding. We want to do everything because we need a wedding special between Matilda and Niles. I'm putting it out there right now that we need a wedding special between Matilda and Niles for sure. But why don't we move on to the other couple that ain't making me feeling all that warm and fuzzy, and that's Vanja and I don't know what's his name. I want to call him Bozo. I don't even know how Bojo. I think she calls him Bojo. I'm gonna call him Bozo because he's Bozo the clown. Bozo the clown, that he got this woman Vanja moving way over here, and now all of a sudden he talking about he's not attracted to her. He want to take it slow. Let me tell you something, Bozo. Let me tell you something. I already figured you out. It's not that you're not attracted to but I almost called her vagina. It's not that you're not attracted to Vanja. First of all, what it is you're scared that she's gonna reject you when she finds out you live in a home with your mama and you ain't got no doggone job. So what you've decided to do is reject her first. This is some trickery. This is some manipulation. This is saying, hey, Vanja, I know you up here. You're well-to-do, got all these jobs, got all these businesses. You're doing well in the U.S. Here I am over here in Croatia with no job, living with my mama. You're above me. So what I'm going to do is I'm a pick on you and act like something's wrong with you, knock down your self-esteem, make you feel bad, because really what I'm afraid of is I'm afraid you're going to reject me once you find out that I'm broke with no job and living with my mama. That's what he's doing. That's why I'm calling him Bozo the Clown. And right now, she's all crying. She's feeling all insulted. She's feeling all down on herself. Wait till she finds out that this fool of a clown man ain't got no job and is living home with his mama. Run around talking about he a basketball star that don't get paid. That ain't called no basketball star in the U.S. That's called a pickup game. Okay? First of all, people go to the playground all the time and play pickup games. You ain't no basketball star. You play pickup games. That's it. People do that for sport, recreation. He run around talking about he getting paid for that. He's a whole clown. I'm so done with him. Done.
I cannot accept this.
Then we got to talk about Vea and Sonny. Vea and Sonny. I'm kind of done with them too. But they making up. Last episode we found out, Sonny found out about Vea. He left her high and dry. Got out of Dodge. Speedy Gonzalez got out of there. And now he's like, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. You might not need to trust her because you might not need to trust no woman that says she's 20-something years old, but she look like she's 50. Vea look old. She looks real old. She looks really, really old. I wonder, does she know her real age? Because I tell you, that girl, I know they said she's been through a lot, but she wearing it all over her face. She looks really, really old. She running around in South Africa by herself, going up to street vendors talking about, do you accept Apple Pay? Sonny, if you didn't understand why she brought Rory with her, all you would have to do was see that one moment where she went up to a street vendor in South Africa on the corner and said, do you accept Apple Pay? They don't even accept Apple Pay from street vendors here in LA, let alone over in South Africa on the corner when you get a pineapple on a stick. Girl, what was you thinking? She had to call Rory over the phone to come over and pay for her pineapple stick. Talking about, do you accept Apple Pay?
I cannot accept this.
Maybe it's senioritis. Like I said, maybe she really my age, and that's why she got senioritis of the brain. Because let me tell you something, that didn't make no sense. No sense. We find out a little bit more about her background. That she was taken away from her parents. So maybe her parents, maybe Child Protective Services took her away from her parents. Maybe she grew up in foster care, or maybe she was adopted. They didn't tell the rest of the story. They didn't tell whether or not she got taken away and given back. But it looks like maybe she grew up in foster care, and that's why she has a lot of abandonment issues. And then she tries to proceed to tell she tries to tell Sonny to get him back, the reason why she's so connected to Rory. And she says it's because, she and Rory had a child together. I don't think that's going to help. I think it's going to actually make Sonny not want to be with her more. Now that he knows how deep of a connection is, it's like, wait a minute, you had a whole baby with him, but even though you lost the baby, that type of bond and you're still with him might be a little bit intimidating. I'm with you. I am with you, Sonny. That could be a little bit intimidating. So although I know she said it to be more vulnerable, it really is her truth. So I think she should have shared it. I don't think she should have lied and kept it from him. But the fact of the matter is that truth by itself does explain to him why she's so connected to Rory. But it also can be the reason why he goes with his gut and says, I really don't want to be in the middle of a couple that's so tightly bonded like that. I wouldn't do it either, Sonny, if I were you. I believe it's too big of a risk. I think it's too big of a risk. And I kind of believe that Rory and Vea have in a lot of ways trauma bonded, but I really don't see why they're not together. And the only reason I could think of it is that Rory probably looks like it's hard for him to deal with Vea full time. I think that probably became an overwhelming relationship with him in the relationship, and he didn't want to deal with all of Vea's issues up close. But as a friend, you're still a little bit stepping back a little bit. So I think he cares enough about her and loves her enough to stay in her life because there's a lot of things he likes about her. But the everyday in and out with her, I think she's a bit too much, and that's too much for him. But for a new person coming in, that is not a comfortable position for a new mate coming in, knowing that they have that type of relationship. It explains it. I think I understand it a lot more. But would that mean I would want to be in a relationship with Vea knowing that Rory's there? I probably wouldn't. If it were reversed and this was like a male-female thing, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to, it's just starting. What for? What for? I would want a clean slate. I would want a clean slate. Maybe some people it wouldn't be that big of a deal for them, but for me, it probably would. And but they had that little talk out on the balcony. They gave hugs, and then they was zooming in on Vea's clips in her hair, her extension clips. They did her wrong. They did her wrong, Vea. They did you wrong. Zooming in on them hair clips.
I cannot accept this.
But anyway, they hugged it out. They went back in the room. And Sonny just tried to pretend like he's forgiving Vea because all Sonny wanted to do is have sex. We already know that. But in the end, I don't think Sonny's going to stay with Vea. I think Sonny's going to break Vea's heart. And he's going to go up in there. He's going to sleep with her. She's going to sleep with him now because now she feels guilty. And she's going to really want to try to get him back. She's probably going to give it up in the bedroom now. And then in the end, I'm thinking Sonny going to say goodbye to Vea. He gonna slam bam, thank you, man, hit it and quit it. That's my prediction. I think he's going to hit it and quit it. And talk about hitting it. We got to move on to Tiger Lily and Adnan because Adnan has flown Tiger Lily in. They're going to meet over in Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey, not Jordan, because I guess there's a whole lot of stuff going on in Jordan at this time. And he said, we need to meet in a little bit of a safer place, which is Istanbul, Turkey. Tiger Lily, yeah, going over there to Istanbul. Go over there and get you some of them knockoff designer bags because Istanbul has some of the best knockoff designer bags around. Wouldn't nobody know, y'all. Wouldn't nobody know. Instead of spending $3,000 on a designer bag in the U.S., fly to Istanbul. Spend $1,200 on a plane ticket to Istanbul. Going over there and get you some fake Chanel or something if that's what you want, and won't nobody know the difference. I'm telling you, they got some of the best fake bags around. I ain't never bought one, but I'm planning a trip. I went to Istanbul years ago, and I didn't get one at that time. There were a lot of people buying them. I didn't get one. I was like, I ain't gonna buy no fake Chanel or no fake Louis Vuitton or no fake whatever. But now I'm like, oh, I should have. I should have brought me back at least one. But I'm going to go back. I don't know what I'm getting. Maybe a YSL bag or something. Just something a little cute. Won't nobody ever know. Won't no one ever know. But anyway, they meet over there and Tiger Lily showed up with an attitude. The attitude being that her man was on social media with his shirt off, flexing his muscles. And she's like, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute.
I cannot accept this.
This is a double standard. I'm so tired of Tiger Lily talking about this double standard as if the double standard was a secret. Even Adnan is done with this double standard. Girl, of course it's a double standard. This is Islam. He's like, I'm a man, you a woman. It's a double standard. I don't know what to tell you. This is my religion. My religion has a double standard. And she's like, well, what would you think if I walked around with no shirt on? He's like, come on now, girl. Stop being silly. It ain't the same. You got breasts. I don't have breasts. Then all of a sudden, Tiger Lily's whole argument with Adnan is that I was with Islam when you were telling me that the reason you wanted me to cover up because you made it seem romantic, like my body is just for you. You don't want any other man looking at my body. It was like you were coveting my body. And that made her feel warm and fuzzy because remember, Tiger Lily felt like she was used for her body by her ex, like he used her as a trophy wife, like arm candy. And what she liked about Adnan was that he actually didn't want her to expose her body. He wanted her to cover up. Well, when she first came there, she had a problem with covering up. She didn't want to wear certain things. But once he framed it in the way of that, hey, it means you're just for me, she bought into it. She goes, okay, I'm gonna buy into it. Now she says, well, wait a minute, I want to turn that around. So if my body is just for you, then your body should just be for me, which means you should cover up too. Girl, it ain't gonna happen. She over here trying to change a whole religion. What's wrong with Tiger Lily? She trying to change a whole religion. And I know it's like, girl, you're not gonna change Islam. You're not gonna change Islam. I don't know what you're talking about. If you think if you think that he's gonna walk around in a burqa, you gotta be kidding. You got to be kidding. So what? He said, what? I can't go to the beach with trunks and no shirt on? She said, no, I want you covered up at the beach too.
I cannot accept this.
Woo, these two. Tiger Lily says she's 41 years old, but I think her mind has got to be in the 20s. She's the opposite of, she and Bea, they both got something going on with the age. I don't know. Bea acts young but looks old. Bea is still acts young and is also but looks old. And Tiger Lily is 41 trying to be young, still having babies. And her mind is young too. I don't know. Some of this stuff here is just crazy. But they over here trying to make a baby, y'all. Can you believe it? They're trying to make a baby. And I know it's like, I didn't bring you here for all this fussing and fighting and arguing. This is too much. And in fact, he's like, it's starting to get downright disrespectful questioning me this much. I shouldn't be having conversations this long. I'm the man of the house. And once I say something, it should be done. But here you go, Tiger Lily, coming over here with your lip poked out, your collagen lips poked out, acting crazy. And he said he's done with this. You asked me to delete the pictures. I deleted the pictures. I don't know what else you want me to do. Tiger Lily wants you to put on a whole full-on get up. That's what she wants you to do. But I noticed Tiger Lily didn't come with all that hair in her hair this time. She actually looked better with her own hair. She had everything going on last time. I know she weighed about 5 pounds less because that weave gold hair she had before, or clips or whatever she was doing, that was a lot. But this time, because she didn't bring her hairstylist with her, she said, I better go with just my natural hair. It was a lot less. She lost about 5 pounds for sure. I know she got checked in TSA underneath all that hair. I know they had to pat that hair down. They had to go all up in there to make sure she didn't have no weapons. But he said, I'm done with this. I said, I'm done arguing over this stuff. Let's get to making some babies. He said, I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry what I did. I'm sorry there's a double standard in Islam, but it is what it is. Eventually, you're just going to have to respect it and go along with it if you're going to be with him. And he said, I'm tired of being disrespected. So let's get on in this bedroom and let's get in this bed and let's start making these babies. Let's get to doing the reason why you here, which is to make these babies. Because I think the sooner he make a baby, the sooner he can get to the U.S. You married, but now the sooner she can make a baby, the sooner he can get to the U.S. Because it's one thing to apply for a green card because you married, but maybe you got to stay married a certain amount of years before you can come. I bet it's another thing to also make a baby. I bet if you make a baby with her, that escalates your green card or whatever it is, your visa, whatever it is you need to get to the U.S. Adnan got a plan. Adnan plans to come to the U.S. and be a model or Jordanian model. This is what I'm thinking. Because he's too cool for what's the saying? Too cool for, I don't know. I forget the saying. I'm old. But then we got to talk about, last but not least, Renee and Chidi. Lord have mercy. Well, this is like this is going to be the last time we see them. A good riddance. We're good with it because this girl is crazy. This girl is batshit crazy. Renee sat alone in that hotel room for 3 days. She didn't call her. They didn't talk. Finally, Chidi calls her and says, I need to meet you. We're going to meet at the beach. So she's all happy because she's like, oh, good. Finally, he's going to come and apologize and leave that nasty sister. Leave that nasty sister and start spending some quality time with me. So she all happy going on the beach thinking that she about to get what she wants out of Chidi. They going over to sit on a rock. Don't get too close to the water, Chidi, because this girl is crazy. She might just drown you. I could see her sticking you in the water and letting you drown. For real, for real. But she arrives and he says, it's happy to see you. It's good to see you. Chidi, you can't see her. If you could see her, Chidi, you would have gone a long time ago. If you could see the faces that Renee makes, if you could see the evilness coming out of her eyes, if you really could see her, Chidi, you wouldn't be here this long. You really wouldn't. And he said before he got here, he did a lot of praying on the relationship with Renee. And he said, this ain't going to work. The Lord told him this is not going to work. That's good. You could talk to the Lord, Chidi, because you could have talked to me and I could have told you the same thing. This must end. This must end. So they start talking and say, I know you don't like my sister, Renee. Oh, no, I don't like no sisters. All my life I ain't like no sisters. Who does Renee like besides chickens? To be honest with you, I ain't seen nobody that Renee likes. She don't get along with anyone. Sisters, brother-in-laws, Chide. The only person she gets along with are chickens because they can't talk back, because she sure likes to run her mouth. And she don't let Chide get a word in edgewise. He says, can I talk? Can I talk, Renee? Can I say something? And she says, yeah, Junior, go ahead on and talk. Talk about disrespectful. Where is Matilda's mama? I do not accept this. I do not accept this.
I cannot accept this.
Oh my goodness. So she's up here throwing any kind of jab at Chide than she can. He's trying to calm her down. He's trying to hold her hand. She said, don't hold my hand. Touch yourself, because I know you used to touching yourself. This girl is evil. This girl is possessed. She goes, I know you used to sucking on your sister's breast. Are you sharing the milk too? Oh my gosh. Where does she get this vile tongue from? No one but the devil. No one but the devil. No wonder she has so much aversion to God, because this woman seemed like she's possessed by the devil. And then she starts screaming and yelling like it's a flex, talking about how she's been single for 5.5 years by choice, because she was so used to men who turned to crack, cocaine, and heroin. Well, of course they did. How was that a flex, Renee, that you talking about when you get with a man, by the time you done with them, they're either on crack, cocaine, or heroin. They got to do some type of drug to put up with you. Girl, that is not a flex. You should have kept that to yourself. Then she say, Chide, you want to act like I'm the problem. I'm not the problem, Chide. You the problem. The whole human race is the problem. Like I said, who is Renee? She's possessed from outer space, like she said, an alien or something else. She's chicken. She's part of the chicken family. Maybe the human race is the problem because she's not of the human race. Maybe she's of, with animals or something. Who knows? She was threatening this man so much, talking about sucking on the breast of the sister, telling him that, oh my gosh, so much foul stuff. And then she told this man, coming out her mouth, you better learn to chill, Chide. You better learn to chill, because you messing with the wrong person. She done threatened the man. What you gonna do? Throw him in the ocean? She starts saying, look at the ocean, look at the waves. I said, oh, Chide, step back, step back. She coming up with a plan. She about to lead you out to the ocean and throw you in there and let you drown. She said, you better learn to chill, because you messing with the wrong ass freaking person. You better go ask where all those exes are, the ones that was on heroin, cocaine, and crack. You better ask where they are now. They might be buried out there in that farm she got with all them chickens. She might have scrunched them up and made them into chicken feed. You better go look. You better ask some more questions, because I wouldn't put it past Renee. I really wouldn't put it past Renee. And then she starts talking about the only reason you must be with me is so you can get a visa. Chide was like, I ain't selling my soul for no visa. And that's exactly what you would be doing, Chide. You would be selling your soul to the devil to be with this devilish woman for a visa. He's like, I ain't selling my soul for no visa.
I cannot accept this.
She over here deflecting. She don't want to take no accountability for nothing she wants. Everything is Chide's fault. Everything is his sister's fault. Maybe Chide should have put on a chicken mask, and maybe she would have liked him better with a chicken face on. Who knows? She said, well, if you don't want me, I will withdraw myself. I will withdraw myself from your life, and I will move on. And he said, that's best. I think that's best, because I can't express no feelings or no opinions with you. And yeah, it's best that it's over. And she said, I wish you the best. And she got her from that beach and she left him. She said, find your own way back to the car. I don't care if you trip and fall. Find your own way back to the car, because I'm out of here. This woman is crazy, y'all. We need a poster with Renee's face on it that says, buyer beware. Buyer beware. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, because you going to come out, like she just said, All the men she's ever been with, by the time she done with them, they either on crack, cocaine, or heroin. Let that be a warning to people. Don't join up with no devilish women, because your life is going to go to hell. It's going to go to hell. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got today, y'all. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to chat and leave a comment down in the chat. And I will talk to y'all later. Okay. Bye-bye.